All right, easy bakers, this is how I make my cornbread dressing. I got this recipe from my grandma, so let's get it started. First, you're gonna start off with whatever meat you're gonna use. I use this type of meat. And first, you're gonna open the pack, duh, and you're gonna get yourself like a deep pot, and you're gonna add your meat to that pot. This is where you're gonna make your broth. So when you, whatever meat, make sure that it's nice and smoky and it'll add some good flavor. I always use accent seasoning and I'm gonna use a lot of it. So that's why I showed you guys that I'm opening the big amount. So you're gonna season it down, honey. When I tell you you're gonna season it down, you're gonna season it down. You're also gonna add some onion powder and some poultry seasoning. Accent and poultry seasoning are the two main seasoning. And y'all see I got this for 49¢. That's when it was on sale. Thanksgiving time, it's gonna be like $2. But you're gonna season that really good. You see how the pot doesn't have any water in or anything. So that's why I'm just like seasoning it very good, flipping it over, making sure it's getting into the crease and the crevices of all of that meat. Then you're gonna add some water to the pot. I covered the meat with the water, okay? And you're just gonna let that come to a boil so it can start cooking. Once that get done, you're gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil to a cast iron skillet or whatever you wanna cook your cornbread in. I recommend a cast iron skillet because you could transfer it to the oven. So I'm taking that oil and I'm coating it. Now I use Ain't Your Mama self-rising cornbread mix with self-rising flour. And I also season my batter. But y'all know me, easy bakers. Y'all know I season everything, honey, okay? And you're gonna take your egg, beat it up to its uniform in uniform in color, and pour that into your flour mixture. And you're also gonna use Carnation's evaporated milk. My mama said you could use any type of milk, but my grandmama said you use this, and I like my grandma dressing. No shade. But mix that up, add your tablespoon of vegetable oil to your cornbread batter, add some more milk. So you're gonna alternate between how much milk to add. So you don't want to add the entire can because you may not use it. I did use the entire can, but okay. At this point, you want to turn your iron skillet on and let it cook and let the grease get hot for 3 minutes. But do not have that grease on when you put your batter into it. Let it cook on for 425 for 20 to 25 minutes, checking on it. Now we're starting with our vegetables, okay? Take your vegetables and go ahead and melt that butter down. Y'all know I love me some Trey songs, so y'all finna hear this song. Melt that butter down, and you're going to saute your vegetable. As my grandma said, you finna fry up your vegetables. I add 1 large onion, 1 large bell pepper, and I added celery. With the celery, I added 1.5 handfuls of diced celery. So I believe that's like a cup and a half, not quite sure. But this is Thanksgiving. This is the Olympics. If you got to measure out stuff, you need to hold on and don't cook the dressing or the macaroni and cheese, but you can make some rolls, and I will put that in the iCards in the description box below. So, or a red velvet cake, real easy. I'll show y'all how to make that too. But you're gonna let that cook until it's fragrant. And I told y'all I add seasoning to everything. I only added a little bit of accent and a little bit of poultry seasoning, and I'm letting you see how it's cooking and simmering now. So your cornbread should be done. Like I said, this only took me about 22 minutes to do. I'm checking it for the doneness. Then I'm gonna dump it into whatever pan I'm gonna serve my food in. And this is important. Add that Pepperidge Farm bag dress stuffing. Do not do the box. My grandma said don't do the box. I don't know what to do personally, but grandma said don't use the box, and I'm not going to use the box. So I added the classic Pepperidge Farm, and I'm just mixing that together. You want to mix that all together so it's all combined into that pan, and that's really how it's going to look. And as you can see, I'm mixing in my vegetables, and I'm alternating that broth that we cooked our turkey wings in earlier, okay? All of my vegetables was added to this stuffing, okay? And you're just going to continue to add your broth, alternating, mixing it up. You want to use your hands. I use this spoon because this shit hot. And all of the little big chunks I found, I just started to crumble it up again. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it when it comes to dressing. It depends on how much, like how kind of, some people, I don't like wet dressing. I don't like dry dressing. And that's where your broth come into it. You want to make sure that everything in that pot is moist. Not overly soaked and wet, but like moist, you know what I'm saying? So that's the key to get a perfect dressing. And I'm adding meat to mine. Some people do, some people don't. That's just what I do. This is the consistency that you want your dressing to look like. Not too wet, not too dry. To me, that was a perfect, that looked good. And you're going to go ahead and put that in the oven until it's golden brown. And you're all done with your dressing, girl. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. See you next time.